Marina, get out of my live, yo. You don't have anything better to do in your life? Come on now. Go get your money up. Well, I answered that, bro. You just buy a soundboard. It's not about buying the soundboard. You need the sounds and the custom sounds that I want. That's why I'm saying I got to pay somebody. Thank you for answering, by the way. Of course, got it. And do I set up status to active for parent row? Because there's a lot more attributions on mine. The only ones that you need are the ones that I go over. What are you trying to DM me about, Keith? Bro, I got accepted into Royal Vet College Vet Med program. Congratulations, W. What's your profit margin? Over 40% after everything. What category do you sell in? That's health and household, home and kitchen, office products, baby products, toys and games. We need some energy, yo. Hold on. Don't you love it when the busters just sit in the live? Might as well be playing Fortnite. How is your dating life, man? Your boy's got a lady and a family, my boy. I don't be dating anymore. Can you tell us how you started? Was working for my cousins. They owned an Amazon business, and I now they were the ones who taught me how to sell on Amazon. Where do you get labels after you sell your product? Does Amazon have the labels you print? No, my manufacturer does everything. Liverpool or Manchester City. I don't watch soccer unless it's the World Cup, brother. How? Step 1, create an Amazon account. Step 2, get a product research software. Find a product to sell. Oh my goodness, flashbang. What's going on here? What's happening? TikTok, fix this. There we go. Do you have employees or contractors you deal with? VAs, but I don't really need employees for what I do. There we go. We got the busters out of the live. It won't let me. Do you put automated pricing on any of your listings with your presets? No, I don't. How do we get brand approval on a listing if you don't have the product in hand yet? Pictures. Have your manufacturer send you pictures. Do you advertise anywhere other than Amazon? Yeah, but not for my Amazon brands. Would you go on Dragon's Den? No. There's no need to. I was in a motorcycle accident and was wanting some help with donations. If you could, I sent the link. Sorry to hear that, bro. How long you been doing this? Since 2019. Do you fulfill your orders or does Amazon? Amazon does. If you would sell your business, how much would you value it at? Multiple 7 figures. I've already made an exit on the business. Actually, hold on. I have to pin this comment. That's actually an awesome comment. That's cap because I can't picture myself making that much. It's impossible for anybody else to make that much money on Amazon. This is only 1 out of 4 7-figure Amazon accounts, little bro. and then a 5th brand new account. Instead of having a lacking mindset, right? Prove it. Why do I need to prove it? I show you, I proof. You don't believe that. I show you something else. No proof. But yeah. In fact, Barbara, I haven't made this offer in a while. Do you want to make a little wager? I bet you'll get out of the live and you won't say another thing after this. Why do I need to have something in my room worth 10K? Bam! Let's make a wager. Bam! Everybody says they're down, but nobody ever takes me up on it. But let's make the wager. I'll give you the offer. Just for the record, I've made this offer about 30 plus times, and nobody has ever taken me up on the offer. So it is rage bait, bro. Hey, that sea urchin is just trolling. All right, here's the offer. This goes for anybody. If I really, first off, let's backtrack. I send you a contract. You send me a picture of your ID. No, it's for anybody. I'll actually, if there's 5 people in this live who want to take me up on the offer's on the table for all 5 people. All right. So I send you a contract. You send me a picture of your ID so we can verify your identity, because, it's always the people with no profile picture and no real name who make this comment. We both put 10K into escrow, or if you want, we can do 20K, we can do 30K, we could do 100K if you would like, but we put it into an escrow account. That way, that when I win, you can't try to not pay me. So we both put 10K into an escrow account. In fact, I'll give you 10 to 1 odds, Barbara. I'll give you 10 to 1 odds on that. No, see, actually, that's no upside for me. Exactly my point. It's always the brokies. So we both put 10K. Laz, I'll make you this offer too. So we both put 10K into the escrow account. If I don't make the money that I say I do on Amazon, boom, you win 10K. But you just said it's cap. What do you mean? Clearly 10K is nothing to you. Why would I do 500? What benefit? I made $500 in the last few minutes. What do you mean? Anyways, we'll ignore that. That's what I'm saying. Nobody ever takes me up on the offer. If you're so confident, put it on credit, son. You're so confident that it's cap, put it on credit, because then if you're confident, you'll make 10 G's, 10 rackaroonies. Oh, that's funny. Anyways, we'll ignore that. Like I said, nobody ever takes me up on the offer. Everybody, yep on social media. Bunch of keyboard warriors. Never say it to my face, son. Wants to be confident is 500, but not 10K. What's the difference? What do you mean by that, Keith? Busters. Let's pin that. Y'all know the vibes. Too many busters. 90% is not busters. In my lives, at least. In the world, 90% busters. Can you guarantee that I make 3 million? In fact, if you start on Amazon, you'll make more than Jeff Bezos. That's just a troll, just like I know Sea Urchin's question was a troll. Sea Urchin's always in the lives. We're just joking. No guarantees in success in business. If you were in our positions, what other programs would you consider joining? Can't say the AMZ Masterclass. I literally wouldn't join any other program. Straight up. Look at that. Oh, can I pin this one too? We're adding a new pin. Boom. Look at that. I care what, hey, Keith, my boy, I care what you have to say. Barbara's a hater. Don't listen to her, him, she, him, they, I don't know. Can you pin it? And I did pin it. How much you take home after tax? 7 figures. Barbara, you're literally the definition of a hater. Hold on. Who's in the live? Do we have any student? Jay. Sorry to put you on blast, bro. Jay, can you comment, bro? We're just pinning right here. So yeah, definitely a scam. Jay, comment, or else it's not as cool what I'm gonna say right now. See you in the live, my boy. All right, sick. No comment. Thanks, Jay. You really backed me up there, buddy. Anyways, my students are in the live all the time. If I was such a scammer, you think they'd be in the lives? Where is your company based? Wyoming. LJ, no, WJ. We actually have an interview coming out with Jay. I'll probably post it next week. Jay's doing 10K a month. Jay would be able to make that wager with me. Barbara couldn't. No, I would never let somebody manage my PPC ads for me, Atkin. Barbara, sit in the live like a good little girl. Nobody wants to hear your nonsense no more. People trying to learn. Didn't even block you. Just sit in the live like a good little boy or girl. Which program? AMZ Masterclass, the Harvard of Amazon FBA, private label education. Yo, Luke, what's your favorite hypercar, bro? I don't even know what a hypercar is, other than, is a Bugatti a hypercar? And I think the Bugatti is not the business. I don't know anything about cars. For real, for real. Yo, bro, I used to do wholesale and pack stuff by myself. Now I'm starting to switch to private label. Let's go, Nick. I skipped a question. Sorry, skipped a few questions. This is what happens when I get sidetracked with the busters. A lot of that goes back into the business, but he's doing great. No, that's take home. That's taking away expenses and investments into the business. So they're your brands. Yes, my own brands that I sell on Amazon. He will put an NDA 2 in that contract. Yo, Chim, what was that for, bro? Why are you throwing shade? No NDAs, just straight up contract. No, bro, these aren't monthly sales, brother. That's year sales. No income tax in Wyoming. Yes, correct. Jim, for real, why are you throwing shade, son? I don't share my brands. Doesn't make sense. Here's how much money I make on Amazon. Here are the brands and products that I sell on Amazon. My manufacturer wants to charge me to put Amazon labels on packaging, negotiate with them. That's kind of wild. No, I wouldn't show them my brands, Iochim. Stop, sea urchin. People are gonna think you're serious, my boy. No, I wouldn't show them my brands. I would just prove that those were real sales. They don't need to see the brands. So no NDA needed. How do you drive traffic to your private label? We've had a lot of spillover from other platforms. Yeah, that's great. And then also Amazon PPC ads. Go watch my last 3 TikTok videos talking about Amazon ads. Can we get some more haters in the chat? Views do good with the haters. Have you ever got someone on NDA, maybe a manufacturer? No, bro. What am I going to do? Sue somebody in China? They're not going to hold that. I've had freelancers sign NDAs before, but even then, that's kind of like at face value. Like if I have a freelancer in like Philippines or Pakistan sign an NDA and they break the NDA, what am I going to do? Sue them? No. I was sitting on my Amazon account and asking for a supplier. I don't have one. It shouldn't ask you for a supplier. Send me a picture, Taz. I know you messaged me. I messaged you back right before I got on live. I don't know if you responded, but yeah, message me. Over 40% UV. Do you have any patents in the US? No. I don't have any patented products. Just really strong brands. Is used book selling still valuable? I don't know. I wouldn't sell used books. I've heard of that on social media, but I sell my own brands, my own products. I don't sell other people's stuff. Will do. Yeah, I saw your message. I'll respond back. Let's go. Hey, look at that. My boy. Actually, we got a few User X. How bad did I scam you, bro? Taz, bro, question. How bad did I scam you? Taz is a student too. I'm just curious. I think User X already answered. My boy, User X, by the way, is an OG student. My guy. Have you ever applied for Shark Tank for your private label? No. There's no reason to. How much is 4 mil per minute or hour? Have you ever tried calculating? Dude, you're at Dubai Prince level. Bro, I don't make 4 mil a minute or an hour. That'd be sick. That would be really sick. 100% scam, bro. LOL, JK, program has been amazing. Yes, sir, Ski. Let's pin that, actually. I like that comment. Is Apple so competitive selling on Amazon? I don't sell other people's brands. What up, E-Man? People who say you scammed them are just people who failed and quit, so they blame you. Bro, you won't find a student who says that I scammed them. You literally will not find one of my students who says that I scammed them. Well, are there students who maybe it didn't work out for? Yeah, but there's no such thing as 100% success rate in anything. Will you find a student who says that I scammed them? Absolutely not. Never. We're going to pin E-Man's comment too. Now that you have Jimmy, are weekly calls with him, or how do you guys manage the teaching? So Tuesdays are Jimmy's calls, 8 p.m. Eastern time. Thursdays, today, are my calls, 8 p.m. Eastern time, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So we just added more calls, and then we're going to add a third coach, God willing, this month. And so then we're going to do, it's either going to be Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, or we'll do back-to-back. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 3 coaches. There are people out there who said is a scam, but they are just, bro, here's the thing. Anybody who says that you're like a scammer, it's one of two people. It's people who have never actually seen the program or anything like that, right? And they're just yapping to yap, right? None of those people would ever say it to your face, right? I'm not even that big of a creator, and I've gotten here and there people. I was just at the hookah spot with my boy Jaff a couple weeks ago. I made a video about it. They got recognized there. You always get love. Most of the lives is all love. So it's the people who literally know nothing about you or Amazon. Scammer. And then like somebody who's as big as that, right? Somebody who's as big as him, yeah, you're gonna get people who like, oh, it didn't work out for them, so then they're gonna sit there and say that it was a scam. It's just all nonsense, if you ask me. Let's pin E-Man's comment too. Were they your students? Yes. What's the lowest monthly revenue you would allow for a product to peak before discontinuing? If you were making $4,000 with a product and you had a 25% profit, so you're making $1,000 a month in profit, I'd still keep it. It's not that much work to maintain a product like that. Why would you not? And then you compound that. I wouldn't discontinue a profitable product. Cal, thank you for the follow. What business model on Amazon do you prioritize? I only do private label. All the other ones are, to me, you still got to come through to the restaurant. Yes, bro, I do. I might have already asked you this, but are you there every day? Because obviously, if I pull up, I want to meet you, say what's up. How many units do you think I should buy in a test run order? No more than 100 to 300 units. Sorry, homie, Atkin. Okay, I just feel like PPC ads are so hard to understand and master. How much does it take for you weekly to manage them now? I spend like 4 to 6 hours a week. If you guys haven't watched my last video, hopefully you can hear this on the YT live, bro, but if you have a good Amazon ad guide and if you're learning from somebody good, and I've said this before, who and how you learn Amazon ads from, um, sorry, I was reading the chat. Who and how you learn Amazon ads from is the difference between you spending 300 and making 1,000, or spending 1,000 and making 300. Like, all information on the internet is not created equal. That's a fact. Gotta go. Have a great rest of your day, bro. You too, Canada. Is 4K for a product launch tight? No. It depends on the product, but no. I'm there every now and then. Just message me when you want to come through, lunch or dinner. Probably be a dinner, bro. Yeah, I'll probably do a dinner and I'll hit you up, brother. How do you order them and maintain them? Did you hire VAs or something? How do I order what? Inventory, or I lost my train of thought. Dom, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. That's perfect. Not gonna lie, me and my friend are putting like 1.5K each, so 3K. Yeah, about 3 to 6K. Do you prefer to launch variations or scale by launching new products? It's gonna be on a product to product basis. Like, not every product is gonna scale in the way by launching new variations, but sometimes it makes sense to launch new variations. So, like, give you an example. Let's say you launch a kid's toy, right? And you launch a boy version of that toy, but then say that there's good search volume for like the girl version of that toy. Launching a girl version can help you increase your market share on that product. So that's a great way to scale. But if you sell actually, I would say for a lot of products, variations make sense. Dinner it is. Let me know. I'll pull up and make sure you guys eat good. Nice, brother. But you already know the vibes, bro. I don't want nothing for free. I'm just there to support and to meet you and everything. But I do appreciate it. But yeah, I do want you to pull up so that you can say what's up. You dig? Yes, with 60 different ASINs, how do you automate it? Do you have VAs or schedule reorders with manufacturers? Yeah, that's probably the biggest thing that I use VAs for, is like inventory management. Outside of that, like, we have the listing creation service, we have the shipping service. I have a project manager. So like, when I want to do a shipment, either a VA or myself will go in and create a shipment. It takes like 5 minutes, really not a big deal. And then I'll go and they coordinate all the shipping. We have a team who coordinates all the listings. The only thing that I really do is manage my ads. Now, when you're starting, Amazon is a more front-loaded business, so you're going to put in more work in the beginning, no doubt about that. You're not going to be like, oh, I only work 4 hours a week when you first start. I would say like 7 to 10 hours a week. But there's also a lot of downtime. How would you say the game changed since you started for private label? You have to differentiate more now than ever. You have to run good Amazon ads more now than ever. I thought I mute. Oh no, I didn't mute Marina. I was just talking smack and then she left the live. You missed it. You missed all the people who said that how much I scammed them. I hear it. I got you, Marina. Let me pin the comment for you again. Where is it at? Hold on. Here's the first one. Catch you up to speed. Boom, one of my students. Let me catch you up to speed again. Boom, one of my students. You might have to get muted and sit in the live like a good little girl. Pause. Do your students have access to free inspection or do they have to pay? It's a paid service, but it's better than an Alibaba inspection. If my products are still in FC transfer, can I roll into Vine? What do you think? Or should I wait? Yeah, you can. Could you give an example of a good differentiation? Can you mute me, please? Of course, your wish is my command. Boom. Until production is active. No, you can enroll into Vine now. Can you give me an example of a good differentiation? Yes. Okay, so I made a whole TikTok video about this. I wish I could show you, but TikTok always flags me when I show my computer screen. Hold on. I post so much content. Let me try to find the video and at least here it is. Okay, so it's kind of a long video. How long is the video? I don't know if we should bore you. Oh my goodness. Business partner's calling me. It's 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Do you guys want to listen to it? Play the audio? Okay, I will. I do hook my students up with Data Dive, bro. We're actually, so today on our weekly coaching call, I have the founder of Data Dive coming in to do a presentation for my students. I'm going to put him on blast and ask him to hook the students up even more. He doesn't know I'm going to do that. And then also, I don't know if I'm supposed to talk about this, but I'm going to say it anyways because I'm an open book. An opportunity presented itself for me to invest into Data Dive. So if I become a partial owner, investor, whatever you want to call it, but yeah, you never talked about this, that you hook them. You talked about getting the guy with Data Dive. Yeah, so that's happening tonight, God willing. Super cool dude. He does like $15 million a year on Amazon. So no, you don't need an EIN, Taz. If you start as a sole prompt, you can you just use your SSN. All right, back to the video. Bro, 3 to 400x of value, the value, it's a lot. You got to be investing like Elon. What do you mean by that, Chim? When differentiating, do you find it hard to get suppliers to alter functionality of your product? No, not just because we contact so many. Need some creativity. Yeah, you do, but like optimizing the design. So kind of so that I can talk and you guys aren't just listening to a video the whole time. The subscription of the tool and the numbers of students. Well, the thing is, when you're creating a SaaS company, well, let me finish this thought. I go back and forth. Sorry. So with the kids' binoculars, I came in. I was like, okay, we're gonna do a different optical zoom, so like a 2x, 4x, 8x zoom, and then we're gonna make a safari theme. But I'm gonna take that safari theme. I'm gonna test it on PickFood before I ever place an order, and then I was going to add a workbook. So we do like a workbook where like kids can learn about like the different safari animals, because parents like when things are educational for their kids. And then making improvements. The improvements aren't differentiators, but things like improving the strap, adding a carrying case, adding a little magnifying glass, adding a little compass, make it kind of like an adventure kit. Best business credit card as soon as I make LLC at 18. I mean, there's not really a best business credit card, bro. It depends on what your goals are. I don't have all of my credit cards up here with me, but I have a lot. I have Delta, or not Delta. No, yeah, Delta American Express Reserve. I have Delta American Express Platinum. I have Delta American Express Gold. I have Capital One Venture X. I have American Express Platinum, like regular American Express, and those are all the credit cards that I use. Wait, hold on, I got a text. Dang, son. I just got a terrible text. That's a doozy right there. That actually kind of made me salty. All right, we got to reset. Call an audible. It's okay. That really does suck. Bro, I'm sitting here talking about that. Bro sent me a text. He says, bro, I'm fighting a fever. I can't do tonight. Son of a bitch. It's okay. We call an audible. So that's business. God willing, next week. So any students who are in here, don't worry. We'll still get it going. But we will. That's a little annoying because now I have to prep a lesson in the next hour and 8 minutes. What should we do the new lesson on today? Let's scheme here on TikTok. What do we do with a new lesson on today? That's unfortunate. I just asked about it. I feel bad. I made you look bad. No, bro, you didn't make me look bad. You're good. What are you going to do? Somebody's sick. I hope he feels better. But that's just, I wish I knew when I sent him 7 confirmations. It's all good. It's all good. Everything good? Yeah, everything is good, bro. What should we do the new call on? Help me scheme right now. Best thing you sold this year? Health and household, home decor products. That's a doozy. Thank you for your answers, Luke. I'm from Europe and I want to launch my product in the USA, but want to make no mistake with PPC. I might join the Masterclass. Brother, you would not regret it, Atkin. Q&A. Nah, Q&A is boring. We do Q&A at the end of the calls, but like I like to give my students actual lessons. You know what? I think I know what we're going to do. Hold on, we're about to call an audible. This is a great lesson in business, everybody. Sometimes you have this grandiose plan and then things don't go the way that you want them to go. Do you sit and cry and pout and why me? The woe is me? No, that is not what you do. You call the audible and you figure it out. You feel me? So we're going to figure it out, son. I already know what the new lesson's going to be, and it's going to be a good one. So we're solid. How can I get to 500K in revenue on one day, 1 hour, and 1 minute? Luke, why you consider to invest in Data Dive? Of course, it's a good tool, but all the data is public. You can start a tool. Nah, bro. I mean, Jungle Scout sold for $350 million. Helium 10 sold for $300 million. There's a lot of money in SaaS. Data Dive's already a multi-million-dollar company. You go invest in something like that, they're bound to sell in the next 5 years. So then let's say that that's like a 10x. And he sent me like a whole business deck on it, and they're projecting like a 10x multiple. So it's like if you go put, for example, 100K into it in 5 years, you 10x your money, a quick little milli. What's PickFu? I heard you mention this a few times in the past. It is a site where you can essentially run polls and be like, hey, what do you think of this differentiator? Take your top competitors, and people will vote. Hold on, we're trying to call an audible here, guys. Okay, new rank radar. We're going to do it. You guys are going to see in just 5 minutes, I'm going to prep a sick lesson. Won't people just copy you on PickFu? I mean, you could say the same thing about wouldn't people just copy you on when you launch on Amazon? Boom. Are we good? I already set up my Amazon connection. Son of a bitch. What up, Core? What's the title in your lesson? Luke, what should my first hires be? I mean, I run lean, bro. I run super lean. Why is it all coaches seem to launch supplement brand? I mean, I've been coaching for 2 years. I launched a supplement brand 5 years ago. I don't think that there's really a correlation with that. But yeah, I run lean, brother. I would say somebody for inventory management if it becomes too much for you, but you'd be surprised how little employees I have for my Amazon business. Do you keep a Photoshop guy on standby for testing new image variations? I have graphic designers, brother. I have a whole team for that, for me and my students. So graphic designers, copywriters, inspection service, freight forwarder, trademark. Like, so I have people. They're not they're not necessarily on payroll. Actually, some people are on payroll, but like some of them are just service based. So like my inspection company, they're not on payroll. It's just on an as needed basis. Okay, we have to do this. Wait, running out of inventory isn't as bad as other sellers make it seem. Nah, bro. No. I've had so many students go out of stock, and literally every single time they're like, oh, this wasn't as bad as I thought. How do you get the VAs to know when you run out of stock inventory? Do you give them a remote access? Yeah, you give them something called user permissions. Never give somebody direct access to your Amazon account, but you would give them user permissions. Oh, I don't think this lesson is going to work. We might have to call another audible. That's unfortunate. We have to scheme right now. Okay. But yeah, you give them user permissions, and then you can even toggle them. How many products do you think you can run by yourself before hiring? I mean, I barely hire anybody, and I manage 50 plus products. Did you teach them how to calculate when to place new order? Yeah, you have to have good SOPs, which are standard operating procedures for your business. That's how you create a sellable business, by creating SOPs. Like, somebody needs to be able to pretty much have like a slide deck of your entire business, the ins and outs of how it works. Okay. How does the hiring process look like? Just go on Upwork. I was about to ask that. LOL. How do I build an employee to get things done right? Yeah, you got to create internal SOPs, bro. Standard operating procedures, how you would do it. And somebody who like has no knowledge of it would have to look at that and be able to understand it. And do they also scale, like buy more inventory every month? No, I don't let anybody purchase inventory for me. They would just give an alert on when that happens. Okay, I have to go call an audible right now, which is a little bit annoying. But anyways, y'all make sure to go show some love to the last few videos. And also, shameless plug, because we've been given an hour of straight value. TikTok, lots of free content, you know the vibes. But for those who wanted a more in-depth guide and to have me as a mentor, AMZ Masterclass in the TikTok bio, everything that you get right here, the Harvard of Amazon FBA private label education, literally nothing comes close. I put my stamp of approval on that. Yes, I want to apply. Go through the application. If you qualify for the program, you will be taken to a page to book a call with my team. Your boy has to go cook up. So I hope everyone has a blessed one. I will be on live tomorrow, God willing, every day except for Sundays. Your boy's on live, so turn on live notifications. Go show some love to my last few videos. And go check out the AMZ Masterclass in the TikTok bio. God bless you all. See you soon.